So finally getting to start my seeds. I've been outside with the evaporator most of the day, most of the weekend and last weekend. And it's the end of February, so I'm a month behind where I was last year. I'm in zone 5b, Massachusetts. We have a hoop house, so we actually prefer to start our plants a lot earlier than a lot of people do. Our last average frost date is May 20th. So we actually, for a couple reasons, prefer to start our peppers and tomatoes much earlier than a lot of what the seed packets say. So I'm going to get those started. What I'll do is I will actually prune and continue to transplant up all of the peppers and tomatoes, and make sure to prune off any of those buds before they flower, all the way up until I actually plant them into the ground or into the grow bags that we will be using. Because of that, space is not a big issue for us. So we have this whole space down here, and Jace went through and set up more lights for me, and he actually went through and filled all these trays, so now I need to go back through and seed them. I had prepped last week all of the labels, and our onions are doing pretty well. So just to give you an idea, they're getting pretty tall. So these ones are a full tray from Johnny Select Seeds of the hybrid yellow onions, the Talent F1s. Here, the front half of this tray was actually second-year-old seeds, and onion seeds are known for being actually not good to do second year, whereas this is a tray and a half of the yellows here and here. You can tell the difference. Onion seeds tend not to be good. You can also see the little mice had dug in this before we got rid of them. Over here, again, we had a lot of mice problems, as you can see them digging. Had started some stuff. This also got way too wet. I didn't realize how much water I guess I had put in the tray, so I have taken them out of the tray. I'll probably transplant them actually, to get them out of this really damp, moist soil. And then this tray, I'm going to probably replant with fresh onion seeds to do our next batch of onions. Trying to do succession planting of my onion transplants this year. So since there's only a few here, I'll probably try to move those all to the front here. Again, these are second-year-old seeds, onion seeds from Seeds and Such that I used last year. Last year germination rate was a lot better. I think I was like 90% germination rate. This year, obviously not so great. And again, you can see some little mice issues. So Jace has been dealing with that for me. Over here, this is a full tray of poblanos or anchos if they're dried. A lot of people call them both names. Trying two different types. El Eden we've tried before. Barren is a new type that we're going to try. All right, so all the seeds are planted. Got the Ace Bells, red picnic peppers. They're a little bit smaller. They're California Wonder red peppers here in the front. Orange picnic, Escamillo, if I'm saying that right. More Ace, Cherokee Carbon tomatoes, Big Beef, another tray of Big Beef, Mountain Magic, Red Pearl, which I believe are either a grape or a cherry. Another Mountain Magic 4-pack, San Marzanos here and here, Iron Ladies, Clementine tomato, and a Toronjina cherry, if I said that right. Whole tray of cayenne hot peppers. More San Marzanos. I've got some shishitos here and here, and pepperoncinis. I think they're pretty much the same thing, so we'll check those out. I did these pepperoncinis last year, are the ones that we canned, or pickled, sorry, and that Jay eats as a snack as well. Valentine F1 tomatoes and serranos in the back, as well as another type of poblano ancho. the tridents that we did last year that we liked. They have a little bit more of a point on the pepper. They're probably about that big on fruit. Over here, we've got the normal ties. Hopefully we got the right ones this time. They were about this long versus the really tiny ones we did last year. I've got Reapers, Habaneros, 7-pot Primos, Primatalis, Nagla, Beast, Antep, AC, Idoma, maybe, that we got from Refining Fire chilies. And then I've got jalapenos and orange ties as well. It's peach scotch bonnets. And then this whole tray is 2 different types of poblanos, El Eden and Baron. And then got the lettuces over here. I'm going to start moving, cut some of those back and move them out to the hoop house outside. Onions. I've gotten these empty trays. I actually reseeded here and here. And then kicking things over. We've got, I believe these are more poblanos. I don't know what these are. I'd lost the labels. I'm horrible with labels. So I need to order some more and go from there. But lots of seeds started. Some of the hot pepper trays, I did a single cell with 5 or 6 hot peppers in them. And so we'll transplant those out as soon as they get some true leaves. Well, obviously sprout and then true leaves. So now I've got domes to cover each one of these trays to help with keeping the humidity in. I'll be watering from underneath going forward. And then we also have the heat mat. So as the trays over here probably will germinate first, we'll start cycling them off of the heat mat once we get a good percentage of the tray germinated at once. So that's the quick update. We'll also start having the lights on for about 14 hours a day. Like I said earlier, they're on a app light switch, which is really, really convenient. So now we wait. Under a week, I already got some tomatoes up. These ones were on the heat pad, so they definitely had some help. Over on this table, I've got the onions. So they're looking pretty good. You can see they're getting nice and thick. So some people cut them. I'm gonna try not cutting them for a little bit longer this year. You can see these are the seeds, the coated seeds that we started with. And I do have some more seeds that are in this tray and then some more seeds around these guys over here. So I need to start some more. Actually, I need to start another 1 or 2 of these trays. This is our lower lot down here. We got some cleanup to do from the previous owners. You can kind of see, as I zoom in here, the hoop house. We got the raised bed gardens up to the right, our large garage. And you can see the red shed, and then kind of the roof of the house back there, but not really. And then some of the logs we took down from the trees. And this whole area here is about half an acre of clearing that we're discussing maybe doing some fruit trees down here. This whole area here is raspberries and blackberries from the previous owners. And then our woods go back this way, and then this is the entrance to our trails. We've got about a mile loop that goes around the whole kind of perimeter of the property. So I was checking out some tracks down here. And then I was also looking at one of the owl houses my dad built me. They set up, oh, can't really see what I'm doing out here. It's really bright. I think it's probably a squirrel has taken over the house. But I could see something in there, so I came down to check it out. It's a bunch of leaves. So Jace is headed down the old road. He's gonna help me fix one of the lines that I set up to help with getting to the sap a little easier. Some of them I left as buckets, but I do have two that the trees were up the bank a little bit. So just walking down our driveway, then we'll turn and go down the old road. Jace is adding some extension to the line that I did this morning, switching out the bucket because I was too short to reach the bucket, so that we can put the bucket down lower. The line I had was too short, so the bucket was kind of balanced up there. Got these going. They're running pretty good. It's just under 60 degrees today. It was much colder this morning, last night. So now we got that fixed. We're gonna check these other buckets real quick. We'll come back out and actually collect tonight. And then we gotta go fix and collect the big tree down on the lower lot side. Had about 2.5 gallons, but I didn't want to take the tractor down there without Jay. So he's gonna help me go collect that bucket. It's probably about 3 now. It was about 2.5 earlier. We'll see how well it's flowing. But all of these are flowing really well. We are up to 25 taps at the moment. And I hope I shouldn't get any more than that. Let's put it that way. We'll have plenty. So we should be good to go. So just got down here. You can kind of see this bucket's pretty full. We've got this tree is well over 4 feet wide. So I do have 3 lines on it, down to a 5-gallon bucket. And then got my big tool rack lowered so that I can actually reach it to pour in. Up here, this bucket is, I think, even more full. Kind of tell here. I have Jay coming down to help me. I don't really want to lift this, but it's about to here. You can kind of see that line. And this tree is also really, really wide. So we have one on the back. I converted this tree to line, and because we didn't have a long enough piece of line left, we did put a connector here. And then these buckets are all about half full all the way up. So I have a feeling this morning I'm going to be collecting quite a bit. I think I have only about 10 gallons in the collection tank right now. I'm guessing I'm going to be collecting somewhere over 30 gallons today because I have another 5-gallon bucket other side of the hill on the other huge tree. So finally getting to start my seeds. I've been outside with the evaporator most of the day, most of the weekend and last weekend, and it's the end of February, so I'm a month behind where I was last year. I'm in zone 5b, Massachusetts. We have a hoop house, so we actually prefer to start our plants a lot earlier than a lot of people do. Our last average frost date is May 20th. So we actually, for a couple reasons, prefer to start our peppers and tomatoes much earlier than a lot of what the seed packets say. So I'm going to get those started. What I'll do is I will actually prune and continue to transplant up all of the peppers and tomatoes, and make sure to prune off any of those buds before they flower, all the way up until I actually plant them into the ground or into the grow bags that we will be using. So because of that, space is actually not a big issue. This is